Good day, everyone. Our presentation will be starting soon. You might think I noticed last time, I think there was a problem with the sound. Some of us couldn't hear. Like, I don't know the exact problem, but I hope it's solved now. So I'll just have to test it now with another device to check if it's moving smooth. A minute. Okay, seems to be working well. Okay, I'll set the cameras and uh, begin the presentation. Okay, starting now. Okay, well, now we're going to talk. This project is basically this presentation is we do it frequently so as to remind and for our viewers to know more about the project. So we just this is opportunity to speak mainly to the English speakers and to the Africans all over the world, so we can be able to reach more people. And the name of this project is called the Bennett Project, and basically it's a cryptocurrency, and it's a new one which was introduced last year. Like it was legally accepted in the crypto space as at last year. So I'll be giving you a breakdown of what are the abilities and what are the importance of how it can help you. Well, what is this project all about? This Bennett project. So we'll be talking about it. So the first heading we'll be discussing is the history. How was this idea brought? What inspired this idea from the CEO or the founder? Okay, we read. During the reign of Constantine the Great, the Roman Empire was in deep economic crisis. Constantine the Great resolved the problem of the economic crisis by carrying out a set of measures to reform the monetary system of the Roman Empire and introducing the new currency, the solid. The essence of the solid was related to its high quality and constant unchangeable weight, which made it possible to exchange these coins for any other, as well as non-ferrous metals, primarily gold. In today's understanding, solid acted as a kind of gold standard. The name solid comes from the Latin word solidus, solid, durable, and massive. It was the strength of the solid that was the result of the fact that the solid was the main monetary unit of Rome and later of Byzantium for several hundred years. Okay, what this is basically talking about is there was a rule during the time of the Roman Empire and his name was Constantine, and something happened during his rule. This was called generally it's called an economic crisis or an economic imbalance. So him him being the leader, he being the leader of Rome at that time, had to find a solution for this. So the way he was able to find a solution was introducing a new monetary system. And I always remind us that this isn't talking about introducing a new money. It's not saying introducing a new money, but introducing a new monetary system. And I explained that the main difference between this is that monetary system simply speaks about the flow of money, how money goes and comes in a particular state or country. That's basically what a monetary system is. So you introduce a new monetary system, and how is this new monetary system able to solve the problem? First, we talked about the qualities of this currency. it was spoken here that the currency had the ability to keep its constant weight, and uh, whatever ability it had, so whatever features it has, it never changed. So it was recognized as a non-metal material, which was primarily gold. So basically, it was a gold, but in a currency form, like probably made okay over here, probably made in a coin format, because those times there wasn't the means for the paper money, so it was like the coin, the metal ones. And at that time, it had uh, it had the ability to keep its specific currency state. Like if it was this price, it wasn't changing the price. So the ability for this coin to stay at this at a constant rate and trusted method, it was being trusted by everyone, and this was able to turn the economy from being imbalanced to a balanced economy. And if we remember quite well from our past presentations, we know about the Bennett has the ability towards this, like the gold solid. If we read forward, we will understand how it is related to the gold solid and the similarities they have in common. Okay. I mean, okay, okay. Briefly about the cryptocurrencies. Today, although gold has its certain value, but from the point of view of modern economic theory, it is only an additional tool that ensures the stability of the economy. The reforms of Constantine the Great are a kind of prototype for the creation of modern cryptocurrency. At the World Economic Forum in 2016, the complete displacement of paper money by cryptocurrencies was predicted. So I explained this gradually because I discovered that explaining this part was a bit not accurate because I had to read everything and give explanations. So I skipped some point. So I'll just go gradually and give the explanations. So over you're seeing today, although gold has a certain value, because right now we discovered that gold can it didn't have the exact same high standard value as it had in the time of the Roman Empire. Because definitely the fact that we are actually changing monetary systems is as a result that the old method wasn't working anymore. So now we need to construct a new method for the money to flow in a particular state. So basically that method didn't work totally till now. So you have to be a new method. So it seems although gold has a certain value, but from the point of view of the modern economic theory, it is only an additional tool that ensures the stability of the economy. At the farms of Constantine the Great are a kind of prototype for the creation of modern cryptocurrency. So what is simply saying, like the way Constantine introduced the gold solid is a kind of method at which the cryptocurrency is working these days. Cryptocurrency is trying to maintain its balance and trying to keep its price and quality. So people don't see it as something that fluctuates and cannot be trusted. So it's basically like the reforms and recreation of what Constantine did before. Okay, thirdly, at the World Economic Forum in 2016, the complete displacement of paper money by cryptocurrencies was predicted. Many researchers note that this process is in some way irreversible. What this is saying is, and I keep explaining over and over again, that it's saying that in future, from since 2016 there was a research taking place, and they were able to discover that in future, paper money will become less useful, like displacement. Like it wouldn't be as useful as it is now. It's already losing its value right now because the world is evolving and is moving from the traditional paper money transaction to the online market, online banking. Like a lot of things you want to do with the physical money all have to go on your card and your digital market and the digital bank. And why does this have the ability to solve the problem of the economic imbalance? And why is it that it's going to be almost irreversible? The reason is cryptocurrency is strong because it does not depend much on the global economy. This is the first reason. First reason is when people discover that a thing is actually independent, people want to put their trust in it because they discover it's independent and it's transparent, and this is something that they trust can actually work on. So with the ability for this space, for this virtual space to have this ability for you to recognize that it is strong and independent, your country's economy does not affect it, your government decree does not affect it. It's on its own, and the more you have in it, the more you benefit from it. So basically, the way the world will notice this, it will result in and the happening of people getting more involved in this and displacing the old form of monetary system, which is paper money. Okay, here it says cryptocurrency cannot be stolen, devalued, or denominated by a state decree. A modern cryptocurrency is in some way solid that meets modern economic requirements. In addition to the currency expressed in paper documentary form, there are also cryptocurrencies. That is ordinary modern money. Okay, I'm explaining here now. Cryptocurrency cannot be denominated or devalued, so no person can just come and decide to change the exact price of a particular commodity because it's not how it works. It actually goes with its own flow, and the blockchain flows as a cryptocurrency flow. A single person did not determine how it works, how it moves, and a modern cryptocurrency is in some way a solid that meets modern economic requirements. So I explained before that cryptocurrency is basically like how the solid was working before, in the sense that it was able to keep its quality. The future of cryptocurrencies. The modern world is faced with an unprecedented level of unpredictability crisis related to coronavirus infections, which continues to this day. The pandemic will end, but the world community must inevitably solve the problems associated with the restoration of the global financial system. What this was simply talking about is that you know that the pandemic was during the pandemic, a situation happened all over the world, and we were able to discover that many countries lose the economic balance in the fact that we discovered that things that were like I'm saying a major price breaking, like a commodity or product that was supposed to be sold at a particular price actually went high in price, and basic things that can be easily bought or used as a daily means for food or for consumption increased in price. And this did not just affect the commoners or the citizens of the country, it also affect the workers. And like speaking about the coronavirus situation during the lockdown, it was people that usually work outside their home, not online jobs, people that actually work outside their home faced uh, the very hard part of it because their only means of income was cut out for them. They had to stay home to prevent the spread of virus, which wasn't a bad thing, but it was actually a disadvantage to them in a part. And it's not speaking in the healthy aspect, speaking in the financial aspect, it was actually a disadvantage to them. So after the pandemic, there'll be an aftermath. What I mean aftermath, they'll have to restart from where they stopped, and this won't be easy because the space from which there was the pandemic and to the space at which they actually there was how do I say there was a closing of the lockdown. I mean the lockdown was ceased. So from that space of the beginning of the pandemic to the end of the pandemic, that space the economy has changed its levels, and returning back to the market won't be easy as it was before. Because before the pandemic there was already uh the kind of economic balance. Speaking about some specific countries, there was a kind of economic balance. So even after the pandemic, it was worse, and it would be hard to continue. So this video is saying that what would be the world solution to this kind of problem, and which is already happening. There's already solving of problems. So if you can read the next one, you'll be able to notice how it's already happening. Okay, carried. One of the solutions to such problems is the development of cryptocurrency market and the widespread introduction of the ability to pay with it in a variety of countries, both in cash and digital money. States cannot but take such a step, otherwise they will become disconnected from the world economy. So as I was saying and explaining before, that the world has to adapt this means of monetary system. Because if we've seen it from before, all means of monetary system are always adapted. Okay, we see here. If we analyze the history of the summit, we can say that this coin had long been the main one not only in Europe but also in Asia. And its importance in many ways predetermined the development of financial system not only in Rome but also in other countries. So after this, not only Rome adopted this form of monetary system, but other European countries and Asian countries actually adopted it because once a country sees this method is working for this country, the economy is becoming balanced, there will be an adaptation. So basically, if cryptocurrency is adopted by all countries, you see that the world will move in a different speed and different rate, meaning not disadvantageously but advantageously. And what this place mean by states cannot but take a step, otherwise they will be disconnected from the world economy. I was explaining one time that if a particular country is not up to the standard of other countries, like countries over the world. Like we know that countries benefit from each other in the sense that some countries send oil. I don't know what's wrong with the headphones today. Just keep falling off. Like some countries give some countries oil, some give them natural resources, and if their means of payment, for instance, let's say their means of payment is maybe through banking, and if there was a missing a step, like there was a step that was missed, they needed, because of this economic crisis, they need to be a new form of monetary system. If one of the countries has already adopted a new monetary system and the other hasn't adopted it, there may be a disconnection in the relationship between those two countries, because for the other country to accept and adapt a new monetary system, in other words, the other country has accepted that this is a safer means for money transfer and a safer means for transaction. So if this other country is not accepting it, it's as a result of this country is not up to date. And for the country to not be disconnected automatically, uh, not physically, but automatically, like talking about the economy wise and the relationship to countries, for the country not to experience such a thing, it is really advisable that the country should adapt to the cryptocurrency space, in the sense that the country will not just be doing transactions, but the country will also be creating revenue and a means for income for the entire good of everyone. I hope this is understood. Uh, okay. The main idea in this case is to increase reinforcement and confidence in a particular currency. It is the cryptocurrency that acts as an innovative tool that can not only stop inflation but also provide an unprecedented increase in cost. So this doesn't just stop inflation. This point is saying that the main idea for cryptocurrency is not just to stop inflation but also confidence in a particular currency. So the confidence and the more people are involved in the currency, the more decentralized and uh, the more confident people feel about it. So basically how any other business works. Pixels. I hope I can be here because it just keeps falling. Uh, the modern financial system is a model of relationship based on trust. The history of the modern fiat money began in 1347 in Florence. It was the year of the outbreak of the Black Plague, and this was the beginning of the economic crisis, which to get off which people had to reform the monetary system and create a new type of money, which is the fiat, from the Latin word proclamation and permission. Okay, a minute, I'm having a message. Okay. What's it simply mean? Like, I think this is the picture here. Oh, yesterday I'm so uncomfortable with the headphones. Uh, during the period of Florence, 1347, like the coronavirus pandemic and outbreak, there was also an outbreak in Florence, 1347, and the outbreak was called the Black Plague, and probably they had to go through some quarantine or lockdown. But after there was an aftermath, and there was also an economic crisis, and they had to get out of it, so they introduced a new monetary system. And what was this monetary system which was introduced? It was called the fire money. I explained the fire money in the basic form. An easy way to understand what the fire money is that the government of a state or a country have the ability to control the amount of money that is printed in a particular country or state. So they can actually control the amount or numbers of MC $100 bill, $100 bill. They can actually control how much of that bill is printed in a country, so that it's what the fire money is. So it was during the years of this terrible epidemic that society agreed with the proclamation of the status paper money as a means of payment. The production of paper claims was started into a business whose name is senior. Like I explained at first about Constantine, the method which Constantine introduced, we discovered that European countries and Asian countries adapted to it over here also. In fact, you don't even need to look at it, you can actually know new countries. Right now, they are currencies that you have in their paper form. And you think that some years ago, there was this type of this currency, but now it's modified. Probably have changed the designs a little, the faces on it has been changed, and all these are modifications. So this is as a result of the Fiat standard organized the country. So definitely, almost everyone in the world is actually using the Fiat standard. But after this pandemic, there needs to be a new monetary system to solve the economic crisis that the entire world faces in a different time and in a different rate. Okay, this has been explained like the Fiat. Okay, next. So this bring. Okay, let me just read this part. Seigniorage is the income received by the issuer of money on the right of ownership. The seigniorage business consisted of minting coins for the customer's materials, where, as payment for the work performed, the senior kept part of the material for himself. Centuries later, the spiral of history is making a new turn. And once again, this world is facing an epidemic that has caused a global crisis of confidence in the established institutions of power and financial institutions over the centuries. So basically, there's another situation, epidemic. So the first method of fire money was introduced as a means. So from the situation of an epidemic. So now there's another epidemic. There have to be a new monetary system, which is how it's supposed to be. Just after epidemics like that, it's usually an economic crisis. It's gonna keep the country in disarray if there's no solution to it. That's basically what I mean by this entire page is read from the top to part number 6 of it. The page 7 actually. We understand that after epidemic, there's always an economic crisis because it's as a result of people staying or devastated as because of the crisis or has been discouraged as a means of the crisis or as a means of the epidemic happening. So if there's no solution to it, there's definitely going to be an economic crisis because the main thing that moves the economy is the people, not the government itself. Usually it's the people, it's the citizens, how they react to the market. That's what mainly moves the economy of the country. So now what's the benefit? When it comes to economy, it is necessary to turn to the experience of our ancestors without repeating their mistakes and taking as a basis the best that our predecessors have. It's for this reason that we want to remember the legacy of Constantine the Great and present the Bennett project. The Bennett, abbreviated for the word benediction, is a project to revive in the virtual space the equivalent of a gold solid, which has become the prototype of modern reserve currencies used worldwide as a benchmark for developed firemen. So this is like the entire definition of everything. This Bennett means benediction. Abbreviated for the word benediction from the word benediction, the Bennett actually came from it. And it simply means everyone taking a benefit in it. So me as the user, you're benefiting from it, you're benefiting from it, I'm benefiting from it. If there's a transaction between us, we both benefit from it. Okay, second definition. Internet is a peer-to-peer network with its own blockchain. Blockchain is used to store data, the format of which allows you to securely store recorded information about any events created in a cryptographic application. Internet is a decentralized cryptocurrency with an environmentally friendly mining method for each owner. The consensus of the decentralized network and the integrity of the blockchain are achieved thanks to advanced development. Okay, moving forward. Now, what basically is the blockchain? Before I go, I'll just give us the usual definition I usually give. As the word says, it's a block that is connected with chains, not literally chains. They're like, there's a means of connection between these blocks, and these blocks have the ability to keep information. So let's say there are a group of blocks, and these blocks that can keep information. Their basic ability is to keep information and keep them safely. But how does this information circulate within each other? There have to be a chain, something like a rope or wire or connector, something that just basically connects them together. So basically, what the blockchain is blocks that keeps information and runs the virtual space system, and also are connected together. Okay, let's read the definition, which is given here, which sounds professional. As with other cryptocurrencies, the Venom database is built and stored in a linked series of blocks known as a blockchain. The advanced algorithm, proof-of-timestake, and impeccable implementation of the age of coins concept is resistant to all possible attacks on the blockchain in order to falsify transactions and generate new coins. In the proof-of-timestake model Bennett, network security is regulated by nodes that have a share of coins in the network. So network security is regulated by nodes that have the share of coins in the network. Before I go forward, a node is like if I'm operating Bennett, if I'm having the Bennett running my phone or my PC, that device is the node. So this is the same network. The proof-of-timestake model used by Bennett is network security is regulated by nodes that have a share of coins in the network. So if I have a share of the coin in the network security is actually a part of the network security is regulated by me, and which is actually happening now because I have a share of it. So if you also have a share of it, you are a part of the network is regulated by you. Okay, the Bennett network has remained decentralized since its inception, and as the number of users grow, it becomes more and more decentralized. Bennett uses an eco-friendly mining system in which each coin is a virtual mining farm for a differentiated generation rate. Uh, Depending on whether the account provides generation of new blocks in the blockchain chain or not. Many network nodes, the definition. Many network nodes, I think, no, this is not the definition yet. The definition is already. Okay, continue with it. Buried network nodes do not issue coins as a result of creating blocks, but only determine the rate of generation of new coins for accounts involved in maintaining the operation of the decentralized network, for which they receive commissions for their transaction recorded in the block they created. So basically, I was explain in basic form like you're creating a wallet. You're not going to get a coin by creating a wallet. You get a coin by if you're having a wallet and you're allowing it to be the word over here says determine the rate to allow it to mine at a particular rate. That's when your coins increase. So if you're creating the wallet, it's like you're creating the warehouse but not putting anything in it. So if you don't have nothing in it, you're having like an empty warehouse, there's nothing in it. Until you put something in it and you begin to make money and transactions from it. That's basically what this Bennett node first definition is given about. Then the second definition. A Bennett network node is any device that contributes a transaction or block data to the network. Any device with Bennett software is treated as a node. The definition: if you have a Bennett software on your phone and you're already making the transaction, your phone is the Bennett node at that moment. Okay, now there are two forms of mining. Yeah, mining simply means how the coin move and keep counting. So there are main methods of mining. First, we have the soft mining. And soft mining is a software method for generating new coins with account balance available to each coin holder using a private access key. So you have a wallet, for instance, the software method at which is generation, the rate at which is keep moving is basically soft mining. And the hard mining is a software and hardware method of mining coins using specialized equipment that stores an up-to-date copy of the blockchain and is synchronized with the general network to participate in the generation of new blocks. I explained that the hard mining simply is the combination of the software method and the hardware method. The software method I explained just now that it's basically the mining rate, and the hardware method is moving with the hard mining rate at the same time as the mining rate of the blockchain itself. In other words, if the blockchain is, let me see, I don't know if these are the percentage or how it works, but let's say the blockchain is at rate of 80% and the mining rate is at 0.2%. So automatically you're having the combined mining pattern and you're moving the software and the hardware at the same time. That's basically what the hard mining is. So the hard mining basically works with a machine, a visual machine, like something you can actually see. Okay, over here. Patent eco-friendly mining is a perfect patent protected to promotion and popularization, allowing you to establish links with blockchain fixation according to the principle of multi-level marketing. It was created on the basis of time-tested technologies and businesses, developing on the basis of network securities and other cryptocurrencies. The main advantage of many eco-friendly mining is reliable protection against interference in the mining mechanism and its absolute transparency. All users can track the number of coins mined every time. So basically what this is saying is for every change in your wallet, for every change in your wallet amount or current coin counting and rate, you have a reason for it. There's always a visible reason for you as the user. Okay, I'll check the comment section before we explain what it is for. A minute. Let's go. We understand the importance of decentralized database, which are usually called the blockchain, and we had an idea. We tried to combine the reliability and the security of the classic cryptocurrency, as well as the advantages of the hash functions, the use of which is in demand in various spheres of human life, for which we created the Benedash crypto application. Benedash is a decentralized platform for storing important or interesting events taking place in people's life. So I'll just run through this. We basically understand, for instance, in Binance application, when you have a transaction with someone, there's always a part of this application that keeps the history of your transaction. Let's say there's a transaction between two people. Kind of information it keeps, like seller's name, buyer's name, seller's address, not physically like house address. I mean like the wallet address, dates of sending and receiving, things like that. Time, specific information. The part of the blockchain that does this main work of information is called the hash function. So what it says in this first paragraph says, I understand the importance of decentralized database, which are usually called blockchain, and we had an idea. So we decided to combine the Bennett project with the hash function. In other words, that this hash function, the ability to keep information all together with the Bennett project. So over here it's called the Bennett Dash, and the Bennett Dash is a decentralized platform for storing important or interesting events taking place in people's lives. So basically, because of this Bennett Dash project, we'll be able to store events that can happen in our life, like uh, birthdays, marriages, wedding parties, graduations, funerals, different situations that happen in people's lives. Happy or sad events, they're all events altogether. So that's basically what the first definition of Bennett Dash is. And the second definition goes like this: Bennett Dash is a native application that allows you to send any events, incident, state with accurate time, recording, and hashtag of the event. All events are stored in a cryptographically protected blockchain database running peer-to-peer network and travel everywhere. Bennett coin are used as well to upload Bennett Dash files to the blockchain. We have implemented an environmentally friendly way of mining coins and burning coins efficiently. To upload files, the user burns coin in the proportion of 10 Bennett coins for 1 KB of information recorded in a block limited to 2 MB. Giving you the explanation of what all this is saying. So basically, there's a block, and this block has the ability to contain a maximum of 2 MB. Let's say there's this block. This block can contain 2 MB, and according to the information, it says Bennett coins are used as a fuel to upload Bennett Dash files to the blockchain. So for you to be able to upload information to the blockchain, you have to have in possession a Bennett coin like beforehand. So let's say there's this block that contains 2 MB of information, and this is the maximum amount. You want to keep an information of 10 KB. I won't use for this time. Let's say you want to keep an information of 10 KB, and let's say it's a picture or it's a phone, and you need to buy the space. So you have to have 10 MB, 10 Bennett coins, which is equivalent to 1 KB. So 10 Bennett coins times 10 KB, which would be about 100 Bennett coins. So you have to have 100 Bennett coins and buy 10 KB of space on the Bennett the 2 MB block, so you can have a particular space. So you have that space, you can have your ability to keep the information. So that's what the space is simply say that Bennett coins are used as to upload coin files in the Bennett Dash blockchain. I hope this is understood. Following, we have blockchain solutions, which first one we have the Bennett Dash. The Bennett Dash is the world's first public blockchain repository to use of which is required in many areas of real economy. Already in 2024, we will release an application for free access which you will be able to use. Notaries, certificating registers and signatures of participants. Highway administration for photographing accident with instant uploading of incident photos to the blockchain. Lawyers for signing contracts with the possibility of publicly requesting data for the Bennett blockchain. So it says here that Bennett is the first application it's the first project to implement the hash function of the blockchain. And these are like these 3 points and these 6 pictures, 6 icons are giving us what we'll be able to relate and keep the blockchain. and over here it's saying like a picture, we can keep pictures, old gallery photos, photos of events that has taken place, and files and documents, law related situations can be kept there. When I mean situation, let's say there's a transaction, or let's say, yep, I won't make this. I was about to make an example about crime, but I won't use that. Let's say, let you use a transaction between two companies. There have to be a legal movement within this two companies, like the lawyers of both companies coming together and making the document as a proof that, for instance, this person has sold this company to this person. There have to be a proof of this thing actually happening. So if this is to happen, it will be a very good opportunity if there's the Bennett Dash platform working. So at that moment, it's better that this information is kept in the Bennett blockchain as a proof of an event actually occurring between these two companies. Like somewhere in some places of the world, as it all goes all over, let's say there's a transaction between two people and there's a paper agreement, like there's a printed document with stamps and signatures on it. If one of this, let's say the seller sells it to this other party, and the party has this property, let's say this buyer or the new owner of this property loses the documents, anyone can come and say this land or this property was actually sold, and there will be no physical evidence to this because the only physical evidence is the paper has been taken. But if this kind of information is like bound and kept in the Bennett blockchain, there will be no means at which, even if the paper the physical paper got torn or squeezed or shattered, there will be no physical evidence at first. But with the help of the information kept on the blockchain, which cannot be edited by anybody, but the one putting it there or the buyer and the seller cannot be edited by anybody. With that information already kept there, that would be a very good means to make reference to the decentralized transaction between them. All this talking about health and just talking about relationship. And I'll talk about relationship on the next page, I guess. Yeah, the next page. Scope of application. In the near future, we have planned the release of two applications for Bennett series, which is the sex Bennett to protect against unfound accusations of harassment. So what I'm speaking about relationship, let's say there's a relationship between two people, and like what we usually hear situations on news about people saying there's a sexual harassment between two people, and if there are informations of them being in relationships kept on Bennett, that should be fine. No one can actually raise a complaint against each other because there will be proof that if this person is saying the truth or not. Okay, and Auto Bennett, for those who want to set speed record, let's like races, they want to set a speed record for how long they drove or how many minutes it took them to win a particular race. They can actually keep the information there. It can also be good news for the Guinness Book of Record. But then, okay, page 14. But the most important application of our technology is something that is not yet close to the market, the World Chronicle of Events. This is a chronicle written by people who speak different languages, profess different religions, and live in different parts of the globe. After all, the most important thing is memory, the past. The past is the beginning of the whole present, and the future is impossible without the past. With our application, you will have the opportunity to upload events important to your family to the data warehouse, be it photos, videos, or documents, and thus in the hundreds of 200 years, your descendants will easily be able to learn everything about you, see what you wear, and therefore remember you always, in fact, giving you immortality. So the first point is talking about the World Chronicle of Events. The World Chronicle of Events is everyone around the world coming together, not physically, but coming together in the sense of accepting this project, wherever they are in the country, or wherever they are in the world or state, or just in planet Earth, basically. So everyone contributing to this project and is indirectly writing a book, saying we're all contributing to the growth of our economy altogether, and speaking of how there were challenges and how we're now going away and it's teaching us. And also, we're talking about the memories being an important aspect of every human life. Let's speak about the archaeology for a moment. You know that there's some information we want to dig about the old Egyptian period, but we can't actually dig out this information because there's a restriction. The only information we have is actually not trusted because we have seen how do I say the palaces. Let's say the palaces of the Egyptian king. Most of them they're down. But let's not speak about Egypt. let's talk about, for instance, old infrastructures that we had no idea how they were able to do it with their lack of technologies at that time. But we can see that most of the things they made are quite stronger than our modern stuff, our modern inventions sometimes. That were like, there was no technology wasn't as advanced as that. According to our knowledge, technology wasn't as advanced as it is now. But we have no information of how they were able to do this. So if things like those processes they went through can actually be kept on a safe place, which you can actually go back to and not left in the dark totally, and I can actually have an idea or information or knowledge, a lot of problems will be having in our present generation, a lot of challenges we'll be facing will be uh, wouldn't be considered because most of the problems will already be solved. We'll be able to learn from our past, our ancestors, and learn from what they have done, and take from a good step. Take a good step instead of a step of ignorance. Okay. Next one. After all, when a person is remembered, he is immortal. Here's the beauty of the blockchain. You will not disappear. Your events will not disappear anywhere because they are stored on a million devices around the world. Uh, this way, you will definitely leave your mark on the world chronically. With the help of Benedash, the past, present, and future of you and your family has existed, exists, and will always exist. And will always exist. How to get coins to download events? To download events, okay. You can get the coins here in Benin, but I also send another link for you to be able to get the airdrop. Yes, you can use this link to upload them to your wallet, and also you can get the application in Google Play or whatever account you use for your Android device, because currently there is no iOS version, there's no iPhone version for it yet. And the maximum number of okay, eco-friendly mining method allows you to minimize the cost of electricity and increase new coins on the account. The maximum number of coins that can be mined in one section does not exceed 10,000 Bennett, and upon reaching 100,000 Bennett, the account stops mining until its balance increases. And we explain that the reason for this is to avoid inflation. To avoid inflation, basically, if your coin exceeds a particular number, it's advisable to send it to other coins, other wallets, making the wallet actually. I think that should be the next. Yeah, this is the next. To make a wallet affiliated so that you will not experience inflation. Yeah, read the top. The Binary cryptocurrency implements the function of increasing the best rate of coin mining for miners who support the performance of a peer-to-peer network. Wallets whose balance are used to confirm transactions made on the network. The base rate of coin mining is 1% per day. Regardless of the balance, such mining parameters are applied and valid for 30,000 blocks for the moment of generation of a valid block accepted by the network. At the same time, mining acceleration coefficients with wallets affiliated with them are also applied to soft wallets. So I just go through the tables. Okay. The basic speed of I'm sorry, this place is noisy. The basic speed of eco-friendly soft mining a minute. Okay. Over here it says the basic speed of eco-friendly soft mining with 30 complicated coefficient. So the first block and first line saying the percent of mining new coins in 24 hours without a complicated coefficient, and the second one says the amount of coins in the account. So your account will move at 1%. Your coin will mine at 1% if you have less than one coin in it. If you have less than one Bennett coin, and your account will mine at 0.25%. If you have like from 1 to 10,000 Bennett, to move at that rate. And if your account is moving at 0.5%, you'll be having from 10,000 to 100,000. And I tell you that I saw 0.9% recently. I think that should be as a result of the affiliated wallet. So what's the affiliated wallet exactly? I explained further. It's like you having a wallet, then you made a second wallet. So you sent some Bennett coins from your first wallet to your second wallet. You had a third wallet, you send for your second wallet to your third wallet, and it goes on like that. So all these processes is called the affiliated wallets altogether. If you did that 10 times, so basically you did that 10 times, and you have like 100,000 to a million altogether in all of them. In Bennett coins, not actually the coins, but all of them in Bennett coins. So you'll be mining at 1.2 acceleration coefficient, and that goes on to 2. So 1.2 acceleration coefficient, you'll be having like 100,000 to a million Bennett coins, and to mine at 1.5 acceleration coefficient, you should have a million to 10 million Bennett coins. And to mine at 1.8 acceleration coefficient, you'll be having 10 million to 100 million. And I think the highest over here is 2. So if you're mining at 2 after 2 acceleration coefficient, you'll be having over 100 billion Bennett coins in the wallet. So as it increases, the more the rate increases. And I explained that if you're over here, you're saying that if you get to 100 Bennett in one wallet, you discover that it go back to 0 and start decreasing one by one. So it's advisable to make a wallet affiliated, so it will experience decrease in coin, and so as for you not to also experience inflation. We're talking about emission amount of Bennett. Let's say you have this amount, and it mines this amount in a day, and it mines this amount in a month. It depends on at first. So if you are moving at 0.5% in one day, let's say your wallet has gotten to 0.5%, and if you have gotten there, you should be happy, because that should be like the second. That's the third stage actually. Wow. So let's say you're in the third stage, 0.5% per day, and you have like this amount. You'll be having this added to your wallet per day, and in a month you should be having 12,750 benefits added to your 85,000 already. So basically that's what all this table is talking about. The more you have the acceleration and the acceleration factor, they keep affecting your wallet. And now the Bennett roadmap of things that has happened in during this Bennett period. So the development of our project is carried out strictly by the roadmap. To date, the following tasks has been completed. Blockchain has been launched on the blockchain was launched on 19th of December 2021, and we have started to responsibly implement the memorandum describing the tokenomics section of white paper. Tokenomics is simply a place where you can get information about different cryptocurrency applications, even the coins themselves, get a lot of information about them. And number 3, our own wallets for Android devices have already been developed and published. For Android, you can get the application of the Google Play Store or the Play Store you use for your phone, because some Android phones have different market. And number 4, on July 7, 2022, the exchange trading of the Bennett cryptocurrency began on the exchange, xt.com. xt.com is a place where you can actually trade Bennett coins, not just Bennett, all cryptocurrencies are there. We're speaking mainly about Bennett. So you can actually check the candlesticks pattern, you can check how it has moved in a particular time, different information about the coin. So basically that's xt.com. And number 5, in the very near future, a wallet will appear in the App Store for the iPhone users and the iOS users. Number 6, in August 15, 2022, a grand event took place. The company Soldo Constant LTD has completed the purchase and merger of the company BNP Limited. Who is this company, or what is this company BNP Limited? Who are they? The company BNP Limited is a pioneer in the field of software development, data processing, as well as other activities in the field of information technology. getting perfection at the end of the pages. Internet is not only cryptocurrency, it's also philosophy and entertainment access. A real cryptocurrency cannot have a great value, so then it is worth nothing. The main advantage of a wallet is its absolute openness and transparency for users, which is confirmed by the history of transactions. I mean that whatever happens to your wallet, you already know the things that happen to them because, or if you do not know, you can actually find out because it's always in the history of transaction and history of things that actually changed. And yeah, basically, you can be sending you spams in your email so you can know information that's taking place, logged in wallets or logged in account, things like that. Mm, each wallet owner is an issuer, respectively. The more people use it, the more reliable and durable the project is. Currently, we are making every effort to make our project interesting in various countries of the world. We hope that our concept of Simulate, which will later be used to upload events to Bangladesh, will be of interest to many. In order to become an ambassador to Benin projects in your country, you need to fill out the form on the website. You can go to benin.cc and on the menu you can check the ambassadors. And over there you can be an ambassador. You can put your says. Perhaps the most important plus of Benin platform is that there is no censorship. There is only the truth here. You will not be able to edit or retouch a photo or event. You will not be able to change the document that you upload, and that's fine. Uh, and that's fine. It will allow you to remain real, natural, and sincere. Sincerity has magnetism, and it's always felt by people. Sincere trust is always rewarded. Its mind will always be answered. And sincerity allows you to feel life at full capacity. Allows you to show natural individuality and meet people causing spirit. Together we are always strong. So basically, if you have put information to the that you cannot change it. Because the fact that you can actually change the information means this information is that it's not totally legit. Because anyone can change it to their own desires and will whenever they want. So the moment you put an information is unchangeable. The blockchain recognizes it as the primary information there. And it's safely. No one goes there to check it except it's an event and you have to put out details to know this event, but you cannot edit it. So join us and the person of consulting the great countess. Okay, now moving to the world of the CEO says, he says, it seems to me that we've come up with something that is not yet close to the market. We have come up with, let's call it, for example, a word called event. And this is a chronicle written by people who speak different languages, profess different religions, and live in different parts of the globe. And the name of the CEO is Paul Spatelov. He's the founder and the CEO of the Benin. This is the lead manager, Igor Krishnanov, and Dimitris Sokolov is the founder of the Soldo Constant LTD. Okay, the last page says nothing can stop us anymore because the ground is not important, words are not important, components are not important. Only one thing is important: unification. Everyone coming together and writing these books together. The more of us, the stronger we are, and we are together. And the blessing of Constantine is with us. Thank you. So this comes to the end of our presentation today. I hope you understood all that has been explained. And if there's anything you didn't understand, you can ask on the Telegram page, or you can ask it now. If there's a time to answer it, we can actually give you the answers, or maybe in the next presentations. So we'll be giving some minutes. So to hear from the people watching us. Thank you as we wait. With the absence of no questions or contributions or whatever we do not understand, I'll be saying a good night to everyone. Have a safe night and have a good day. Good night.